Hi everyone, it's Denise with Wondubar Crafts. I am back today to do a little crafting project I have been working on. I had to take a little break because I was doing all that avocado dyeing and decided to come back today. I did a little pocket tag that I seen someone do something similar online. I'll get to that here in a minute. I just want to start by saying this video is not intended for children. The tools and the instruments and the supplies that I do use are not intended for children. So by no means is this video intended at all for children. Okay, so now we got all that out of the way. The reason why I do that, I did that is because you guys know about all the stuff that's going on with the FTC and the other thing that's going on with the children videos. And I am not monetized at this time, but I think that giving a warning at the beginning of the video, if anything, you know, it should tell the viewer that this is definitely not for children. So, and although it may look like they're children's supplies with paint and ink and those kind of things, this type of paint and ink and glue is not child safe. So, you know, therefore I give my warning. So, okay, I'm going to jump off the soapbox. But anyways, first of all, I'd like to welcome any new viewers and welcome back to those of you who follow along. I have been working on the Crafty Cat design team project with her letters to Santa and her old posters Christmas digital kit. My last couple of videos did the spine, and then we did the raggedy spine, the curved portion that's going to go on the outer part. We did the book cover before then. I have it sitting on the tube so it keeps its form, because this will be one of the last things I do. So part 2 of that will be probably one of the later videos that I do on this. Some great news. I have found another camera setup just like this one. I have it sitting in my Amazon cart. I'm hoping that the Black Friday or Cyber Monday, those prices will drop and I'll be able to get that at a discounted price. But if not, it's still in my cart, so I will still be picking it up, and I will be using the profits that I got from Gail showing the avocado dyed paper on her website. Thank you so much, Gail, if you see this. I appreciate it so much. It just, wow. All I can say is just wow. It's just amazing, the power of you know, media, and just the graciousness that Gail has. It just blows me away. I'm sorry, I'm speechless. I'm stuttering. I'm so speechless. But thank you so much, Gail. Also, thank you so much, Crafty Cat Amy, for also showing it on your YouTube channel as well. But I will be taking the profits from that either way and buying and putting it back into this for you guys, so that I can start doing some videos. So it's when I do a lot, because you guys know I do a lot of sewing with a lot of my projects, and so I have to go over to the machine and sew it and then come back and show you guys. And I really want to be able to just flip over the camera, flip to the new camera, and so that you guys can actually see what I do, because sometimes when you're trying to piece something together, you can tell somebody how to do it and show them kind of like afterward. But if you're anything like me, I like to see that, because then I can kind of rewind a little bit and say, okay, am I doing this right? Oh, let me rewind again and see it again. So I think that will help some of you who maybe are, you know, you don't sew, or maybe you do a little bit. Maybe it'll help strengthen your skill in that. I'm not by any means an expert seamstress or anything like that. I have quilted and I've done some sewing, so I will be doing some other projects with that along those lines as well, that can be included into your journals and or, you know, crafting repertoire. Am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying that right. So, I mean, all it is it's fun, and it's there to, you know, I'm here to help you share my skill, and so that you learn too. I mean, it's not about hoarding and having all the knowledge and only being I'm the only one that can do it. No, 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 no. You know, so I'm a firm believer in share and giving back. So many people like Gail and Amy and Tammy and My World in OKC and so many more, so many more, I could go on and on and on, have given to us. And as a small YouTuber, I just, even though I have a small following, I want to give it back because, you know, that's just how we do, right? So anyway, back off that soapbox. Let's get back to the journal, because I'm sure that's what you guys are here to see. So in this one, I'm going to do 5 signatures, and I've already got them put together. I haven't sewn anything or anything. I just put them together and cut them down. There's nothing in them yet other than, like, you know, the copy dyed papers and you know, dictionary pages and stuff. But I have them set aside and ready to go. And I watched a video the other night while I was putting the signatures together, and her name is Sabrina Oreskovic, and I probably butchered that, Oreskovic. But anyways, I'll leave her channel link up here and also down below, so you guys can check it out. She showed some really cool tags that she had made, and everybody, you know, she asked if anybody wanted a tutorial. Of course, I commented and said yes, and she did do a tutorial for them. They're a little bit different, but the inspiration to make this came from her. And what it is it's just a couple book pages put together and tag, and then I sewed it together and I stitched over the top so that the inside you could make it into a pocket to put, you know, journaling cards or whatever. And then what I did was I made a little booklet in here to put in there using some Tim Holtz paper and some other little things that I got from Tuesday morning. And because I'm as you guys know, I've said before, I'm not I don't celebrate Christmas. So I do celebrate a lot of winter stuff and stuff like that, but I don't celebrate Christmas. But I wanted to do this for Amy, Crafty Cat's digital kit. So that is why I'm doing it. So I had to go and pick up some ephemera that was Christmassy, because I don't have a lot of it. So I got this, and I got it at Tuesday morning. It's the Mind's Eye, and there was a couple different brands, I guess. One is Comfort and Joy, and one is Cozy Christmas. And I got the matching pad of paper and all that stuff. But I had last year's Tim Holtz Christmas wallpaper, and I thought I liked it and I wanted to use it, so that's what I did. And then what I did was just made a little booklet, just a couple pieces of coffee stain paper in there just to journal on, and you can tuck it in there. And then I just decorated the tag on the outside. So I thought we could do that today. And what I did was I started the video and I kind of, you know, I had done it right after I watched Gail's video on the FTC, and I kind of got on a really bad rant. And my intention is not to be blaming or you know, we're all in this kind of thing, and you just got to be smart and intelligent, cool and calm about this whole thing. And Gail is correct on that. Cool and calm. So I kind of got on the rant and rave, and so I said, no, I got to start this over because we're on a bad note with this. So I got this one done. So I figure I can show you, craft along with me or do whatever you're doing and just kind of watch what I do here. What I did to make the outer portion of the tag is I glued 2 pieces of book page together. And as you see, you know, there's going to be stuff on the back, and that's okay because that portion is going to be on the inside portion of the tag. So you're not going to see any of that. And we're going to cut it down as well. So what I did was glue 2 pieces of book page together, and then just use some paint and paint it over it. So that's what I figured I'd go ahead and do. So I took this green, and I'm using English Ivy Green acrylic paint. And I'm just going to paint. I'm going to do it on this side. The whole thing. The whole background. Just going to do it all green. And I'm going to do one that's just like that one. So we have a matching tag on both sides. Or at least attempt to make it match as much as possible. So I'm just going to paint over it. And once it dries, you will see some of the book page, the letters on there will come through. And I'm going to do some stamping and some other fun stuff with it too. So and I'm using these makeup brushes, and I find that I'm not an experienced painter by any way, shape, or form. So most of my paint brushes are like Dollar Tree paint brushes. So, monkey, that's enough. No growling. And I think he hears the neighbor's dog is barking. I think they got a new dog. So he's barking at everything. But I find that this spreads it a little bit thinner. So I get, you know, the coverage I want and still get to see the stuff on the backside. So that's what I've been using. And they come clean pretty good with a baby wipe. So, and of course you can just use, I just use like a mild soap, hand soap and water when I clean them. They come out okay. So that's what I've been using. All right. So let me grab another wipe here and get it at the ready. All right. So let me get my heat tool, and I'm going to dry this off. All right. And I will be right back. Okay, I got it dried. And then what I did was I used this gold. It is the metallic antique gold, and I mixed it with a little gesso so it wouldn't be as bright on there. So I'm just gonna make some stripes here. If I can get my brush to release here. There we go. And I just, all I did was just straight down. You can do it any way you want. Just, you know, go with it. I don't think you can screw it up. Because there's so many other things that you can do to, like, cover it up, you know. So, like stamping over it, or, you know, gesso over it. Just use it as a background. Try and get it about as thick as the rest, so it doesn't have to be perfect. That one certainly is not perfect. So I'm just having fun, you know. I'm going to do a couple videos back to back, I think, because I'm going to be doing some more avocado dyeing. The shop is not empty, but it's getting close. So, and I will, after I've got some new things going into the shop, some other things. I've been waiting on hymnals to come in. I've got a couple on order. They are on their way, actually. So I'm hoping they will get here. They're supposed to be here Saturday, so I'll be able to avocado dye those. So those music paper will be back in the shop, hopefully, by next week. My order, provided my order gets here. I got some more composition notebooks. I had bought some. Normally I get them from Staples, and I was at Walmart and picked a couple up, and when I avocado dyed them last week, they were the first things I avocado dyed, and that whole batch of avocado dye got ruined because the ink bled. You know, you would think that it wouldn't, but it didn't. But the exciting news is I found graph paper. I found graph paper that finally avocado dyes. And those of you who've been with me for a while know I have struggled to find. I thought I had a brand that I had used before, and I found them online and ordered a couple of books to avocado dye. And when I did it, the ink, they changed the ink, so it, when I put it in the dye, it dissipated and then it degrades. You know, the ink washes off essentially and into your ink, and it degrades the ink. So I've tried different brands, ordering. I have so much different types of graph paper. It's not even funny, but the great thing is it will tea stain and coffee stain, so I can use that for my personal use on that. But I found graph paper that finally works, and I bought out everything that they had in the store at that time. And I have been back and they have restocked, so hopefully they will keep it stocked, and that way I can keep it stocked for you guys. The great thing about it is graphed on one side and lined on the other, so you'll get like a lined side and then a graph side. The thing is, though, is that the lines go down the page instead of, so it would be perfect on that end for like a traveler's notebook, because then when you fold it this way, the lines go up and down. For me, it doesn't really matter, because if I put it in a journal and the lines are going another direction, I will probably decorate the page or put a pocket on there or something like that. You know, to me, lines can go anyway, and I'll still find a way to write on it. It doesn't always have to be. And I do know some people, you know, they want their lines to, you know, go the same direction. And you know, I'm not a straight across kind of person when I write, because of the way I hold my pen. I have to, like, hold my paper at an angle. So sometimes it'll go up or my writing will go down, and, you know, that's just how it goes. But the fun thing is, though, I'm just so excited that I found graph paper that actually avocado dyes. So that I will be doing a bunch up. I've got some done, obviously, because I found it, and like I said, I bought out what they had, so I need time to dye to get some back stock in the shop. So I'm going to put it up there after Thanksgiving, because I know everybody's, you know, going to be shopped out and with Black Friday and, you know, upcoming Christmas stuff. So I'm going to wait and put it in after Thanksgiving. There's, you know, I will have plenty. So if I do run out, I'll always dye more. And then I will also have my music paper back in, provided it comes in Saturday. I will have that uploaded again in the shop. So, because I did not have it, that was the only thing I didn't have in the shop after Gail aired the avocado dye paper on her channel. But, and I do appreciate everybody's patronage. I really do. It just astounded me. The post lady, she was filling in while the normal post guy was at lunch, and I walked in there with this huge box. I mean, I have a little mailbox that I made, and it's like a 12 by 12 box, and I keep it by the door so that when I fill my orders, I can just, you know, put them in the box, and then I take it to the post office. It was jam-packed, and it was overflowing over the top. What a blessing, right? I mean, it was just amazing. And I walked in, and she just, her mouth dropped to the floor. I said, I promise they're all pre-packed. I just need the receipt, because I have them scan it in and then get my little receipt from the post lady. She was like, oh, thank goodness. Because I think she thought I was going to have to pay, you know, go through every one of those, and there was a lot. Oh, it was funny, though. All right, let me get this dried, and then I'll put another layer. We're going to put some red over the top of it. So just give me just a second. Okay, see? Wasn't even a second. Don't you love technology? Yeah, so, okay, for here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, now this one is going to be a little bit thicker, and I don't want them to match identical on both sides. That was my choice. You can certainly do it the same way, but that way, when you flip it over, it'll be somewhat the same. It'll just be a bigger pattern on this one. So, let me see. I think what I want to do is I'm going to, let me just do the edge here. That portion will probably get cut off, but just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to decorate it anyway. It doesn't have to, like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. The whole intent is to kind of make it a homemade looking tag. You know, I am, like I said, I am not a professional painter. My lines are not straight. And I barely know how to use a paintbrush, so here I am saying, it doesn't need to be perfect, but I'm trying to ease out my lines, right? You're probably like, oh my gosh, Denise. And I probably should start from this end so that I don't stick my hand in there, right? All right. Let me make sure you guys can see. Yeah, you can. And all I'm doing is just smoothing out the paint so it'll dry faster and I won't have a bunch of lumpy dumps in there. Yeah. But I hope I signed the petition for the FTC to clear the guidelines for YouTube creators so that we understand what is required of us. You know, I mean, wow, if you guys watched Gail's video, she was very upset, and rightfully so. You know, she is a cornerstone to a lot of us in the crafting community, and if she goes away, that's a huge loss for all of us. And, you know, it's not just, and I know for Gail, it's not just about money. It's about her, you know, her friendships that she's created. You know, we're able to, across the miles and across the continents, you know, become friends and share ideas, and it's all being looked down upon by you know, the agency simply because what we do may be appealing to children. Well, hence the reason why you know, it's not required, but at the beginning of my videos I will be saying, you know, letting you guys know this video is not intended for children, and it's not. So, and it is a shame that you lose all that, and even though money may not be a determining factor, and it is with some, because that is their livelihood, right? That is either their complete livelihood or it's their supplemental. It's you know, I don't know. I don't want to get on the soapbox. I don't want to get on it. I mean, I know we need to speak out. And we need to speak up. I don't want to see some of our best creators and inspirers putting down their cameras because you know, of something in my, and this is my own personal opinion, it is not fact, that YouTube essentially, in my opinion, they created the snowball at the top of the mountain and they threw it down, not realizing, I don't think they calculated how steep that mountain was. When they started allowing children to create and, you know, other individuals, and didn't put those kind of restrictions on certain things, which, come on, in today's technology, with today's technology and today's, you know, ability to do certain things, they could have, this should have never been a problem to begin with. And if YouTube had, you know, restricted access to children under a certain age and not made this monetized for young adults, young children, it wouldn't, you know, we probably wouldn't be in this boat right now, because it wouldn't be an appealing platform for them at all. But because of certain, and I don't say that they shouldn't be on here, so don't get me wrong, but, you know, there are certain video descriptions and types that do promote because of technology and because of, you know, what it has to offer. It brings those children here, you know, and so they explore and different videos and stuff. I think there should have been an age restriction to begin with, period. You know, that content, and I'm certainly not, okay, I'm off the soapbox, because I'm going to go the wrong direction, and that's not productive. So, anyway, that was my opinion. I think that the snowball started with YouTube at the top of the hill, and I don't think they calculated correctly. And I think, unfortunately, the creators are, they're the trees that are going to get knocked down along that mountain. All I got to say. Because the snowball got too big. Okay, yeah, this is getting a little, I just, it was quicker with the last one. I don't know why. All I'm doing is just painting some checks and some, I don't know, my version of plaid. I promise it won't be that bad. I hope anyway. If it is, you just won't see this one. Okay. Okay. Get some of those paint hills off of there so it'll dry quicker. All right. So let me once again give this a quick dry with the heat tool, and I will be right back. Okay, here we go. I kind of have a little freak out there. I got one of those little Fitbit watches, and I guess I got my phone turned off on silent, and I guess it's vibrating because it's, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure the thing out. Okay, so let's see. I think I want to going to use this brush here. And all I'm going to do is just this is like an off-white color. What color did I use here? And this, you don't have to go through all this to make this tag. I mean, you could simply use like some pretty decorative paper or just book pages and decorate them yourself. So I just wanted to paint. I just was in one of those moods. So this is vanilla cream. So it's just kind of an off-white. And I think what I'm going to do is in some of these blocks, I'm just going to make it look like little snowballs, right? We're on the topic of snowballs. Let's make some snowballs. I know, I'm bad. Okay. Let's put one there. We'll just do every other, like, in here. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at myself, and you guys are probably like, Denise, you're just weird. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Yeah, but the reason why I have not shown the avocado dyed graph paper is I mailed it out to my design team. I want those ladies to have first crack at it. So to play with, and then once I know they've gotten it, I will show it on the channel myself. Okay. All right. So let's kind of just. It doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. I know I'm saying that, but I'm going back over it, right? You're like, Denise, but it's not perfect. I mean, it's kind of, yeah, you know. All right. And I really don't think I need to dry that too much, because all I'm going to do is just put some gesso over the top, and I'm just going to kind of make it look like a wind swoop, kind of like I did with that. So I took some gesso and I put some water in here to water it down a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to start with some long stripes this way. Oh, that was my finger. I guess we needed it painted today because I don't paint my nails. I do from time to time, and I have had my nails done, you know, gone to the salon and had them done. I just, with working with all the acrylics, I am like one of those people that I just got to get my hands on stuff, and I cannot keep, I don't know how people do that, where they can keep their nails from getting, oh no. All right, so now I'm just going to go the other direction with it. And kind of give it a light swoop. Okay. And I don't, you know, a lot of this is going to get cut down into a tag size, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, so let me give that one a dry off here, and I'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, one has smaller and one is larger, and I will probably put this as my front tag and this one as the back, because with it being larger, I can do the decoration, and because it's going in the journal, I don't want it too thick. So we'll do decoration on that side, and then that will be the back side of the tag. And now I just want to do some stamping. So I've got some little script stamps. Let's see. This one's got quite a bit of stuff on it. I'll use black soot. And I'm just going to stamp all over. Oh, these are sticky stamps. They're fairly new too. I think I've only used them this one time. So. You ever notice that when you like rub the ink, I know you're probably not supposed to do that. You're supposed to dab it on there. But when you rub the top of it, the fabric it frays off on your stamp pad. That drives me nuts. Let's see. Some more of that in there. There we go. Use that one. And give a quick rub off on it. And let's see. I think I want, oh, this has got paint on here. I don't want that paint left on there. Oh well, I guess it's on there now. Oh well. Let's do this one on here. And I even bought some Christmas stamps too, because I don't have a whole lot of that. And on the other one, I did do some embossing. I used some embossing powder. There we go. Clean up this one. And set that aside. Okay, let's see. Neighbor's got let's see. Be filled with joy. I like that one. I think I want to do this one in, I've got some other, got green and red, and this is like a pigment, so that's good for embossing. So I might, let's see, do I want to emboss that? I like that idea of embossing that one, so we might set that one aside to do an embossing. Do I have a candy cane in here? I don't. Oh yeah, I do. I have a candy cane. Let's do a candy cane in red. And I'm going to have ink all over my fingers now, I know. Oh, let's put the candy cane like right there. See, this one's a pigment ink too, so we can put some clear embossing powder over it and make it all pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to do this one, I think, in a pretty green. And I like this pigment ink because it, well, let's put that one right up there, is it stays wet for a while, obviously, so that you can get your embossing powder on there. So I don't know, it's on there, so hopefully it'll come out just with a, I don't like it, it's not dark enough green though. Alright, put that one aside. And what do we want to put on here? I kind of like the, be filled with joy, Merry Christmas. The other one I used, should I put like a, let's put a cup of hot cocoa on there. Yeah, I like hot cocoa. I make homemade hot cocoa. I love it. It's probably where my derriere is getting larger and larger. And I shouldn't be laughing about it because I should be taking it seriously, but okay. I don't know if I should have done that one down below because I think we'll figure it out. Okay. That did not come out dark enough. Or what? Do you hear my neighbor's new puppy? He's crying outside, poor fella. Okay, I want the cup outline on there. I hope that didn't screw that up. Hopefully. If not, well, we'll figure something out to fix it, right? Okay, so I'm gonna move these off to the side here. I'm gonna use this. All right, let's just pour some on there. And you're probably like, oh my gosh, Denise, that's a lot. Yeah, it is. But I want to make sure that my thing is covered, and I got my mat here. Okay. Ooh, and it grabbed a hold of some of the ink from the Distress ink. I like that. So we'll have some raised stuff there. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Okay. I don't want to waste it, so. See, so I used a lot, but I put a lot back. All right, so heat tool time. And let me do this, and I'll come right back and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so the cool thing is, let's see if you guys can see that, the candy cane showed up, and some of the black stamping we did on there is all raised now, and the Be Grateful or Be Filled with Joy will be raised, but you really can't see the ink underneath it. That's the stinky part, but you can feel over it, and when I hit it in the light just right, you can see it. So I'm okay with that. And let's see, and then we'll do some decorating over the top. So let me get my stamps wiped off here real quick and put away. I don't know, it goes this way, that way, somewhere in there, right? This way, that way. think this is supposed to go this way, so it goes in there somewhere. And my little cup. Okay, let me set those aside. Somewhere in here. And we'll do some more decorating and all that wonderful stuffs. Okay, so what I want to do now is cut this down to tag size. So I am going to paper clip each end, so when I put it through the cutter, it'll kind of stay together a little bit. Try and keep it together. Okay, so this one I cut, let's see, it is 4 inches across and it is 6 inches long. So let me find, which one do I want to use? I think I want to use my big one in this one. Ow! That's a toe. Alright. So I want 6 inches in length, and it is a little over, what, 7 3/8. So I'm going to take some down off the bottom. Here. And then, let's see, so we want to go to 6 inches. There we go. And then I'm going to take and paper clip the top and the bottom. Okay, so we know that's 6 inches, and I need this to be, what did I say, 4 inches? Yes. And so it is currently 5, so I want to take about 1/2 inch off there, so that most of my pattern stays in the middle there. He's new to the neighborhood. He's still trying to get things worked out for himself. Figure it out. Okay, so, alright, we've got that cut down. Oop. I have 3 cutters. I have one that I like, the small one, because it's easy to manage. But I've got that big sucker, and I really only use that when I cut down my signatures, because then I can do multiple pages all at once. So okay, Lucky, we get it. Alright, so here what I want to do is, actually I think I want to glue these together first, and then I'm going to cut my ends off. No, I don't want to glue this together because it's being sewn. That is correct. Okay, so which side do I want as my front? I kind of like this as my front, the bigger one, right? And then this is my back, so I'm going to kind of gauge and I'm just eyeballing it. Okay, and then I'm going to take this piece that came from here, and I'm going to flip it over here so that my pieces on each edge are the same. And I know a lot of people have different ways to do it. This is just one way I like to do that. Okay, so we've got all our corner pieces, and they're the same size. So now what we got to do is kind of turn it into a pocket, right? So because I don't have a camera over there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch down. I'm just not together, but separately stitch this end and this end, so it looks like it's sewn all the way around. And then I'm going to put them together. I'm going to re-paper clip them together, and then I'm going to just sew like a backwards E. So I will start from here because it's going to have a faux stitch there, I'm going to go across the bottom, up the top, across the top edge, and then where it meets here on the faux stitch, I'm going to stitch it across there. So that way it stitches it together and I have a pocket in here. Now the ones that Sabrina had done, she sewed it up to here so that you had a full opening here to tuck your stuff into. That's not what I mean, this pocket this tag was inspired by her, but it's not exactly what she did. So, because I want the top up here to be secure so I can, like I said, so I've got some way to put something on here and it's not open, and then still have a pocket in there. So let me go sew this and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I did was I left the brown in my bobbin and then I put red at the top. I did a faux stitch here, faux stitch there, so as you can see it's still open, and then I started here and just did a backwards E. Okay, and so now it's together, and what I want to do, I'm probably going to do this video in this project in 2 videos because we're like almost at 50 minutes already. So I am going to put a little eyelet in there so that we can put some ribbon up there. Let's see, what color? I think black would look good. You think? Yeah, I think so too. And then I am gonna pinch that in there. All right, and let's see, let me do some trim up here just so that my tag is even on both sides. Okay, got a little bit to take off down here on the back side, and looks good. Sorry about that, that's my stomach. It's almost dinner time. So anyway, let's see, let's put some black soot around the edges and distress it a little bit, kind of darken it up just a little bit to frame that up a little bit. Okay, and of course you can design it any way you want. That's the great thing about doing your painting or your decoupaging. You can put napkin on there, you can do whatever you want. You have a nice Christmas napkin you want to use. I have a couple, but they're not like, you know, they're not like a whole big scenery piece. So, like I said, I don't celebrate Christmas, so I don't really have a whole lot of Christmassy stuff. I had to go get some stuff for this, but that's okay. Now I'll have it, right? All right, so I'm going to decorate this after we do the insert, which is going to be the next video. So that'll be part 2 to this video. I'm going to go real quick, go grab me a bite to eat so my stomach stops growling and making all these noises in front of you guys. It's kind of embarrassing. And I will be back as soon as I get this, go eat something. I'll do part 2. So, I don't know, they probably won't air. They may or may not air the same day. I don't know. Probably another day or something like that. So, because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with too many, but I do need to get moving on this journal. So, anyway, until next time, guys, plenty of hugs, loves, and blessings. Mwah. Bye, guys.